What's that word that you heard on the curb? Salute everybody in the building, though, for real, for real. Gonna hop right into it, gang. Okay, it did. Okay, there you go. It just didn't pop up on there. Oh, okay, okay. Okay. I see what's going on. Man, what's up, y'all? We're gonna jump straight into it. Salute everybody in the building, though, for real, though. We're gonna talk about some more of this Nolan Wells, and we're gonna talk about Pop Gang. I ran across a couple clips last night. I want to talk about. Okay. Oh, yeah, I ran across a couple clips last night. I was like, oh yeah, me and the gang got to talk about this. Let's go, gang. Let's go. Let's get straight to it. Get into your boy Keefe D. Something he said last night. Well, interview I saw last night. He did it like he been did this interview, but he said something. Get the likes up for me, gang. Let's go. Dad on the platform, and he spoke about the situation that happened in Vegas, and he said that he felt like Tupac, he was being watched by the government the night that he was shot, and he also said that he felt like Tupac was set up. How you feel about them comments being made by Tupac dad? Keefe D confessed to the United States government in a proffer agreement it's to handing his nephew Orlando Anderson the gun that ultimately killed your son Tupac Shakur. After Orlando was jumped at the MGM Grand, you've never spoken on this. How does that make you feel that he confessed to that and the government gave him a deal? Well, I think the key question there is the government. The government gave him the deal. He was being tailed by the government the night of his assassination. He was being tailed by the government, Quad Studio. It's a known fact. Known fact. So I don't know this guy Keefe. I don't know. Maybe he had to say that to get out of some issues. I don't know. I just know it looked like a setup to me. Tupac daddy feeling like the government took out Pop. That's very interesting. Let's go.
What the government gonna kill him for?
That's what I'm saying.
Who is he? What would the government kill him for? What would the government kill him for? That don't make sense. Why would the government kill him for? Come on. He that fucking powerful. Come on, man. Don't make no fucking sense. Like he Putin or some fucking body. Vladimir Putin. Come on, man. Come on now. You know what I'm saying?
So he
government had him on the hit list.
So he's saying cap.
Come on, man. That don't even sound right, man. Conspiracy theorists. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, the feds don't come knock on your door unless they got your ass. they got your ass by the balls. And their conviction rate is 99%. And I don't have $1 billion, and he don't have $1 billion. Tupac Daddy don't know how the feds work. You know what I'm saying? That's his opinion, big dog. Let me tell you something, my brother. Tupac and them jumped on him. He was by himself. He didn't just. My nephew never jumped on no fucking Tupac. Come on, man. Tupac was wrong with two left fucking shoes, nigga. Don't you think he was wrong?
You see what
Honestly.
he's saying?
I mean, yeah, I think he could have,
Keefy D said.
reacted in a better way.
Keefy D said he was
Listen,
wrong. Hold on, let's go back a little bit.
You don't think that man is wrong?
Let's go back a
two
little
left
bit.
fucking shoes, nigga. So he didn't just. My nephew never jumped on no fucking Tupac. Come on, man. Tupac was wrong with two left fucking shoes, nigga. Don't you think he was wrong? Honestly.
I mean, yeah, I think he could have, reacted in a better way.
You listen, Obi. You don't think that man is wrong?
He could have reacted in a better way, I guess. I mean,
I'm talking. Vlad is his fucking biggest fan. He admitted that man is wrong, man.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, he was wrong, man, but that was only done out of loyalty, man.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Never jumped. My nephew didn't jump on him. He jumped on my nephew, a kid, man. My nephew was a fucking kid. Them was grown ass men, dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a fucking kid.
So he feel like, y'all. So Keefy D feel like.
You know what I'm saying?
Keefy D feel like Tupac them were wrong, gang. Let's go back a little bit. Hold up. Let's go back. Let's go back a little bit.
Daddy don't know how the feds work. You know what I'm saying?
He feel like Tupac them were wrong, gang, for jumping on Orlando Anderson, his nephew.
Let me tell you something, my brother. Tupac and them jumped on him. He was by himself. He didn't just. My nephew never jumped on no fucking Tupac. Come on, man. Tupac was wrong with two left fucking shoes, nigga. Don't you think he was wrong? Honestly.
I mean, yeah, I think he could have, reacted in a better way.
You listen, Obi. You don't think that man is wrong?
He could have reacted in a better way, I guess. I mean,
I'm talking. Vlad is his fucking biggest fan. He admitted that man is wrong, man.
I mean, yeah, man. I mean, he was wrong, man, but that was only done out of loyalty, man.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. He never jumped. My nephew didn't jump on him. He jumped on my nephew, a kid, man. My nephew was a fucking kid. Them was grown ass men, dude. You know what I'm saying? He was a fucking kid, dude. That's why he had on that jersey. He's a fucking kid, dude. You know what I'm saying? They was wrong. And my nephew never jumped on him. They jumped on my nephew. My nephew didn't throw a punch, man. Shit was wrong, dude. Jumped on the fucking kid, dude.
And if I'm not mistaken, Orlando, he hurt his shoulder, right?
Yeah, they kicked his shoulder and he went to the hospital, big dog. Yeah, They kicked his shoulder and he went to the hospital, yeah.
Dang, so they said that's the reason they slid on Pac, if you think about it. They're saying that Pac them were way older than Orlando Anderson them. Do y'all agree with Keefy D, gang? Do y'all agree with him? Y'all let me know in the chat. Do y'all agree with him? We're gonna get into somebody else that talked about the Pac and biggest situation. We're gonna get into that boy Choke, no joke.
What exactly was wrong with his shoulder?
They put him on the slide.
So y'all missed that man's shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go. That's what Keefy D didn't want thinking that night. This nigga gotta go. Yeah, this nigga gotta go. He gotta go. Yeah, this nigga gotta go.
They gave him a slide, yeah.
Dang, that's crazy, gang. Hold up, let's go. That's crazy. Let's get into this interview right here, though. Let's get into Choke No Joke. Let him talk a little bit. Let Choke No Joke talk a little bit. Hold on, wait. What's this? How's that? Let him tell his little. He revealed that Diddy ordered the hit on Biggie and Pop allegation. Say Biggie was robbing Diddy allegedly. That's what Choke No Joke said. Let's listen up to what he got to say, man.
He's in the publishing deal with
Let's
Diddy,
go.
right? This is what I think ultimately why Big got killed, because he was robbing Puff.
So does that clear Diddy's involvement with it?
No.
Get the lights up,
Allegedly.
gang. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Could you kind of put that on? It seemed like you angled it like Reggie as the orchestrator, but where does Diddy fit in that equation then? Because people are trying to assume
You right, Troy.
that he is connected to Tupac's assassination.
All right. First and foremost, let me say my points and views are speculation, right? This is just all through research, and my points and views is not the points and views of Comedy Ike, all right? First and foremost, let me say that, right? So, Reggie, I believe, is involved because let's take it back to Diddy, right?
Mm-hmm.
More recently, there's a rapper, or a former rapper, I don't even know if he's a rapper anymore, but a guy named Little Sean did an interview recently, and that brought up more of Diddy's involvement to me, right? The Quad Studios session, right, where Tupac got shot, right? I believe that that's where the ultimate ending in Vegas, I think that this is the origin.
Connected.
Yes.
Okay.
Right? Why I say that is this, right? I watched this interview with Lil Sean more recently, and when he talked about it, the Quad shooting, this time he left blanks. He didn't want to mention Diddy name, and he didn't want to mention Jimmy Henchman name, right? Which was odd to me because when he left those blanks, I went and did research, and I went through all his interviews. I found his original interview with Combat Jack, where he names everybody, right? And the more recent one, he's just talking about, I got too much respect for these dudes. I don't want to mention their names. They my big brothers. I'm like, damn, what are we talking about? So I go research, boom, find the Combat Jack joint. He giving all up, right? The blanks that was missing was Diddy and Jimmy Henchman, right? So now here's what happens. If you go look at the Vibe interview with Diddy, or MTV interview, sorry, with Biggie and Puff sitting on the couch. You know that one, right? They are questioned about the shooting at Quad Studios. Diddy never mentions Jimmy Henchman, right? So what happens is this. Pac isn't doing bad at the time, right? He's famous, but financially he's hurting, right? Mm-hmm. They all know this. So Jimmy Henchman was trying to manage Pac. Pac wasn't like, nah, nigga, nah, I'm not letting you manage me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that began the little friction, allegedly, right? He wouldn't let him manage him. Pac is in New York shooting above the rim, right? He's now hanging out with Haitian Jack, right? For whatever reason, they got close to him, and Pac is, finally financially messed up. Jack is taking him shopping, buying them Rolex. They getting in with him. They see his potential, and so you know how they do. It's like the hustlers that take care of the kid that know how to play basketball in the hood. Hopefully, he go to NBA. I'm good, right? So Jack is looking out for Pac. Big knows Haitian Jack. You know what I'm saying? On all of them, they know Haitian Jack, and they know his reputation. Big go and tell Pop, yo, don't be hanging with these niggas. These niggas ain't right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pop go back and tell Haitian Jack what Big said, and Big gets robbed. Fast forward.
What? Do y'all believe that?
Jimmy Henchman
So
has an argument
so
for
Pop,
whatever reason.
well, so Pop didn't have nothing to do with Biggie getting robbed, though, did it? Or did it? It made it seem like Pac had something to do with it. If you listen to the story, y'all get the lights up, gang. We only at 2 lights. Everybody double tap that screen for me, gang. Everybody double tap that screen for me, gang. Salute to everybody in here. Let's go.
On the phone right now. Lance Rivera tells this story, and he.
So if Big don't get robbed that night,
on the phone, they say.
I mean, if Pac don't get robbed that night, the beef wouldn't happen. I don't know. He was thinking that Big set him up though. He had to be thinking Big had no set him up. He had to be. Let's go. Let's go.
Arguing with a dude because Jimmy wanted Pac to do a verse for Little Sean. Pac said, "Yo, I'll do it for 7 bands." Right? So he go to Ron G house. He do Ron G mixtape for free, but he charging these dudes, right? So Jimmy Henchman calls Pac, or one of his boys called Pac, whoever, to set up the session, right? Now, this falls on the tail of the rape case, right?
I remember
Lil
that.
Sean, Jack, and Pac hang out, right? Okay. Now, Lil Sean said when he met Pac, they never even had no conversation. They rode in the car together. They went to a spot, Nels or whatever. Mm-hmm. They hung out, whatever, right? That's where Pac got head from the girl on the dance floor. That's where he met the girl, Ayanna Jackson, or whatever, right? But Lil Sean is saying that him and Pac never had no friction. I mean, no interaction yet. They never had no interaction for them to be doing no song, and they don't even make the same type of music for him to be doing the song with him, right? So Lil Sean, so Jimmy and Pac have this phone call where they threatening each other. Yo, nigga, I'll kill you, according to Un, right? So when Pac get off the phone, they ask Pac, yo, who you was talking to like that? And he's like, some nigga named Jimmy Henchman. And they like, Jimmy Henchman? Nigga, you crazy? Like, yo, Jimmy Henchman, like, yo, I do to kill you. You like, yo, we gotta get guns, like, right? So this is all according to Un, right? Mm-hmm. So now Pac and them go to the studio. He said, Pac, like, yo, so what, we need guns or whatever? Like, yeah, nigga, we need guns, whatever. So Jimmy called and like, yo, I got your money, whatever, show up to the studio, allegedly, right? Mm-hmm. So when Pac is coming to the studio, right? Now here's where Puff comes in at, right? Pac is coming to the studio. While Pac is coming to the studio, Puff finds out that Biggie and them is having a session, a Junior Mafia session. Okay. Now, allegedly, Puff don't know about this session, and remember, Biggie is screwing Puff over because he got a publishing deal with Diddy, right? Okay. But Big is writing all Junior Mafia, Lil Kim, everything, but he telling Puff they writing their own because he's in the publishing deal with Diddy, right? Okay. This is what I think ultimately why Big got killed, because he was robbing Puff, right? We'll get to that, right? So
in GTA,
when Pac is coming to the studio to do the verse for Little Sean, when he see Little C's on the balcony, he like, yo, Pac, what up? He's assuming.
Hold on, is this nigga telling how the movie went?
Is upstairs in the session that he's going to do the verse, right?
Hold on, is this nigga telling? This is why is this nigga telling the movie, or this actually happened for real? This nigga sound like he telling the movie. It sound like this happened in the movie. But let's go though.
Blame Big in the beginning, right? So when he comes around the corner, you know, the dudes who we know who they are now, they in front of the quad, Haslow, whatever. Pac and them go in, right? When they go in, the whole robbery happened. I ain't got to recap that whole thing, right? But after
everybody in the building,
and everything,
Dustin said he don't think
get on the elevator.
Oh, he's saying that he don't think KVD did now. Dexter, why do you think that? everything that he said, I ain't gonna count. It lines up. It lines up with that night. I ain't gonna count. They did. Keefy D them did something. They did something. I ain't gonna count. If Orlando Anderson don't get jumped that night, I believe Tupac might still be alive. I'm just saying Mike because I ain't no telling what other beef he had going on in the street. But I believe he would live longer than he supposed to live if they don't jump Orlando Anderson that night. That's just me. But everybody got their beliefs on how they feel though. Let's go though.
They don't go to big, right? Now, what people don't know is Puff didn't know about Big Session. Somebody called him and told him that they was up there, right? Now, Jimmy Hitchman's upstairs waiting for Pac to come up. Them niggas was just beefing. Nigga, I can't, right? Puff is upstairs with Jimmy Hitchman. Getting ready to bust in on Biggie and them,
Right.
little secret ass session. But Puff ain't going in there by himself. He going with Jimmy. But before that can happen, the altercation with Pac happens downstairs.
Right.
So when Pac get on the elevator, come upstairs, and the elevator open, Puff is in there with Jimmy. Not only is Puff in there with Jimmy, Andre Harrell's in there because Pac, Andre Harrell been taking Pac out, you know, to lunch and stuff and dinner and stuff, trying to get ready to give him a job on New York undercover, because they telling Andre that Pac is hurting for money. So he like, yo, I'm gonna give you a recurring role. So he's there to meet Pac to talk to him about the New York undercover. While Puff is there, I don't know, right? While Jimmy is there, we already know they was just beefing, right? So Pac come in, he shot, right? When he go to sit down and shit, he can stand back up because he shot himself in the nuts, right? So he like looking around, what's going on? Right, so they call the police, he tells man, roll him out, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. When the ambulance come, he getting off the elevator. Now, in Combat Jack's interview with Little Sean, he says Pac and Jimmy both standing right there at the elevator. Like Pac is on, he's on the other side. And Pac is like, yo, what's up, nigga? What's up? What the fuck is going on? Fuck is going on? And Jimmy like, yo, come here, nigga. Let me talk to you. Elevator closed. Douche. That's the last time they seen each other, right? Mm-hmm. This is why Pac starts going at Bad Boy. Mm-hmm. Puff, you was there with this nigga Jimmy Henchman. I was just beefing with this nigga. I just got shot up.
Right.
You here with this nigga? Big, you supposed to be my man. He thinking Big and them was all together. No, Puff was getting ready to run down on Big ass. He got the muscle with him. Mm. You get what I'm saying? He couldn't run up in Big Session with Un in there. You know what I'm saying? And Un and them was already had problems with Haitian Jack, right? Allegedly, right?
What's up, bro?
Listen to his
little bro in that
bit. They banged
Salute
out
the bleep.
before, right? So
stick in that bit.
Remember, they robbed Biggie for telling Pac, don't fucking don't hang with them niggas. So being at the whole shooting, if you go back and you watch the video of them coming out of quad, Pac comes out with Jimmy Hitchman. Mm-hmm. I mean, not Pac, excuse me. Puff come out with Jimmy Hitchman. Big and them come out like 5 minutes later. They wasn't even in there together. They wasn't in the same studio.
Gotcha.
But if you look at it on TV, it make it look like Puff walked out and then they clip in the Big come walking out behind Puff. Big ain't even know Puff was upstairs. So moving forward, right? The beef is lit. Now,
I think that was like
should already had beef.
Almost at the end.
Pac and Jimmy Henchman had beef. Mm-hmm. Now, this is, remember, Pac ain't even on death row yet.
Right.
And Suge already got beef with Jimmy Henchman before from some Miami shit, right? That happened with Lou back in the day, right?
Hey, y'all, hold on real quick, gang. Everybody hold on right quick.
Beef with Jimmy Henchman.
Everybody hold on right quick. Hold on, y'all. My fault, y'all. My fault. My fault. My fault. My fault, y'all. Wait.
Then
Wait, y'all.
the whole shit
Y'all wait
go,
right quick,
the
gang.
trial go.
Damn, I
He
lost
shot up
everybody,
the
bro.
next day. He go to court. Shit, found guilty.
Right.
He go to jail.
Mm.
Left with seeing Jimmy and Puff.
And then Big, potentially too.
Right. Now, Big's still in the dark a little bit at some point, right? Because he got to figure out what the fuck Puff was doing upstairs. You know what I'm saying? Now, he went and got his whole deal, right? Now, here's the other thing, right? Keep that in mind, right? Now, we got Pa go to jail. Pa come home. He go to death row.
All
Jimmy
right,
tell the
we
nigga,
back, gang.
yo, nigga, he tell Stretch to tell Pac, nigga, you don't want to go with me, go to war with me. You got to get your money right. That's why you hear Pac say on Against All Odds, you told me don't go to war until I get my money right. I got my money right, right? So now Pac is over there with Suge, and they both already, now they both got a problem with who? Jimmy and Puff, or Diddy, right? Now they see each other, Soul Train Award, all this shit going on, right? Now, on top of that, let's fast forward a little bit. Now Snoop goes and say he ain't got beef with Puff and Biggie, right? Remember, Pac seen Puff in the fucking studio where he shot in his head, shot the fuck up. He remember Puff being there with Jimmy, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Snoop, you saying you ain't got beef with these niggas? Mm-hmm. Those is your boys? Fuck you too, right? So how does Pac and how does Snoop move forward with Death Row under these conditions? Right? Mm-hmm. Boom. Now, Diddy starts hanging with the Southside Crips, right? The Southside Crips allegedly get offered by Diddy, right? $1 million to kill Suge and Tupac, right?
Due to
The beef, the fake East Coast West Coast beef,
Okay.
which is really a beef between
two labels.
between two niggas, Suge and Puff, Pac and Puff, Suge and Jimmy, Pac and Jimmy.
Gotcha.
Right? So Southside get offered this allegedly get offered this $1 million from Puff, right?
Right.
To kill Suge and Tupac, right? According to Keefy D, right? Now this is where Reggie comes in, right?
Okay. And that was your way to kind of tie in Diddy. I just want to make sure that we're clear on that. Okay.
Yeah, right? So this is where Reggie ties in with Diddy, Keefy D, and all of them. I believe, personally, that Keefy D, knowing that now in New York, after Pac and Snoop and the Angie Martinez and situation happened, they fly back to California. That's the last time Pac and Snoop saw each other, right? According to Snoop, he says, yo, cuz, you going to the fight, cuz? And Pac, yo, man, get out of here. And they ain't speak no more. But now the beef is lit with them, right? We already know it was real tension between the Outlaws and Pac and Snoop and the Dog down. Mm-hmm. Like, they know internally what real shit was going on.
So it was already. Hold up, wait. It was already.
It was
so
real.
it was already Blood versus Crip going on. Cause ain't Snoop Dogg Crip? Yeah, Snoop Dogg Crip, and Suge Knight them. They was down with the Bloods. So Pop was already down with the Bloodhound, man. Yeah, he was already down with the B Dogs. with the red rag, 5-point star, 5-star general, big B's, no C's. This is what Tupac was feeling like. You say anything about big B's or anything, you disrespect anything about big B's, nigga. This is death row. We big B's over here. Red ragging. 5 popping, 6 dropping. Oh, okay. Okay. That boy was a real red flag banger. Let's be honest. Is we gonna be honest or not? Was Tupac a real red flag banger or what? Stop playing, man.
Real, it was lit. So like
Nah,
I said,
he wasn't down with no damn Crips. That boy sounded like he was riding with the how they punched that nigga that night and jumped in. That boy was down with the bees. Ain't no telling what else they did off camera. Man, that boy sounded like he was down with the bees, boy.
no moving forward.
How Tupac was walking that night. How Tupac was walking that night on the fucking camera. I ain't doing my homework on no big sky, none of that. Bump all that. I'm going off of what they done gave us in the past and what they giving us now and everything going on and everything right now what old boy saying. Everything that we know. Nah, Tupac was down with the Bloods. That night he made a decision. Remember I tell y'all, and I said this in my past live screens. When you make a decision, you live with your decision. He made a decision that night. Yeah, he made a decision.
At that point, you know what I'm saying? So what I believe
Man,
is,
that nigga was blood. He was down with the Bloods.
Keefe D still have a relationship with Reggie Wright.
He down with the blood. Cause get what? Why in the hell he ain't dap up Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg part of them Crips over there. That nigga ain't want nothing to do with them damn Crip nigga, man. Stop it, gang.
Reggie Wright still has a relationship with Keefe D.
That nigga was doing everything Suge tell him to do. Nigga ride with Suge. Suge, that nigga was big blood, boy. That boy big bloods over there. Man, alright. Y'all gonna have, I ain't gonna argue with you. From what I see, that nigga was riding with the Bloods. If he wanna, and guess what, nigga? Blood, all his life, nigga, he was a blood that night. He was a blood that night. He was a blood that night. He was a blood that night, nigga. Cause he rode for the Bloods. He was a blood that night. Stop playing with me.
And
He was a blood that night.
And they Crip affiliated.
He was a blood that night.
Reggie's affiliated with the Great Street Crips, right? Then we got Mob James. For all y'all in the comments that goddamn said, oh, Mob James wasn't a Crip. I know that his name is Mob. Mob is the Pyrus. Duh.
Pyrus, okay.
I said Mob James is Crip affiliated.
Hold up, go back to what he said.
Mama is a Crip.
Let's go back a little bit. Go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit.
But now the beef is lit with them, right? We already know it was real tension between the Outlaws and Pac and Snoop and the Dogg Down. Like, they know internally what real shit was going on between them. The world might not know it, but it was real. It was lit. So, like I said, there was no moving forward at that point. You know what I'm saying? So what I believe is, as you can see, Keefe D still have a relationship with Reggie Wright. Reggie Wright still has a relationship with Keefe D and his son, and they are Crip affiliated. Reggie's affiliated with the Great Street Crips, right? Then we got Mob James. For all y'all in the comments that goddamn said, oh, Mob James wasn't a Crip. I know that his name is Mob. Mob is the Pyrus. Duh, I know that. I said Mob James is Crip affiliated, being that his baby mama is a Crip, his daughter is a Crip, and they live in Southside Crip neighborhood, and he isn't being able to be and grow up. He originally grew up in that area. And let him tell it. He did grow up in that area, and he got a baby mama as a Crip, and his daughter is a Crip, and so he's Crip affiliated. To make it clear for y'all, okay? Now, Marv James allegedly lived in Vegas with Keefe D for 7 years before he went back to Compton. Marv, you heard Keefe D say Marv James hangs with, I'm going to say hangs with Keefe D's son, who's a Crip, right? So Marv James is Crip affiliated. Not only is he Crip affiliated, he hangs with Keefe D. Him and Keefe D is boys. Him and Reggie is boys. Reggie's Crip affiliated. Reggie is cool with Keefe D. We seen Reggie call Keefe D phone on YouTube on Tupac anniversary last year of his death. He got his phone number. Reggie also hooked Keefe D up to do these interviews on the internet. So they have a relationship, right? Snoop is Crip affiliate, is a Crip, right? Snoop did the Hard White compilation with the Crips who was in the car who's supposed to kill Tupac. The Hard White compilation, Big Dre's record label, who Reggie said had a meeting with, he had a meeting with Big Dre himself. The same guy that was in the fucking white Cadillac, the Crip, had a meeting with Reggie to give him distribution for that same compilation album that Snoop did with the Crips that was in the car that killed Tupac, allegedly, right? Boom. So what I believe is this. Once the beef was over, once the fuse was lit with Pac and Snoop, Sharitha Knight, which is Suge Knight's ex-wife, managed Snoop, right? That's the Crip side of Death Row. The other side, I'm going to draw it on the board for y'all in a minute, right? The other side is the blood side. Suge side, Marv, Pac rules, Pac, all those is the blood side, right? You got Death Row, right? You got Nightlife, which is the management that's ran by Sharitha. You got Death Row Records, which is the blood side that's run by Suge, right? You got Sharitha, who manages Snoop, the Crip, right? The Dog Pound, the Crips. She has the relationship with Reggie, who's the Crip affiliated. And she is also dating Kevin Gaines, who is one of the cops that had the relationship with Mac and Perez and the Rampart cops, the LAPD, who Reggie, Right Way Security, hires the off-duty cops. Reggie, Kevin Gaines worked security for Snoop, right? That's the blue side of it, right? The red side of it is Suge being affiliated with the Marv Pyros, right? Now you got Marv James, who is sitting there constantly talking about how they wanted to rob Suge. Yo, man, let's get Suge. So even though he's on the red side, Marv James, he's Crip affiliated, right? So he goes over there with them, with Reggie, with Keefe D and them, and everybody else, because that's who he get money with in the streets, allegedly, right? And that's who he's aligned with, Reggie and all them today, right? It's fuck Suge, fuck Suge, fuck Suge with Marv James. My brother got killed, did this and other. Buntry, Neckbone, Henrod, Suge, Pac, all over here, right? Some way or another, most of Suge crew gets killed, Suge goes to jail, right? Now, before Suge goes to jail for the Terry thing, they send him to jail for the violation, for the when Pac got killed, he got violated and went to jail, right? Now, What I believe is when Keefy D was offered the $1 million on the hit for Suge and Pop, you got Gene Deal that always said that D-Mac, the Crip, another on the Crip side, kept telling Diddy, yo, my Grape Street and my South Side Crips will handle Suge and Pop for y'all. Right? Reggie's Grape Street, Keefy D is South Side. Right? I believe that Keefy D went to Reggie, and being that Reggie just got fired by Tupac 10 days before, David Kenner got fired by Tupac 10 days before, Suge fired the accounting company because he found out they stole like 20, 30 million, right? So, and then Snoop, how the fuck is he moving forward with Death Row with this beef with Tupac? Were he going in the studio? No.
Right.
He going on tour with this nigga? No. They ain't doing no shows together? No. So something got to happen, right? So there's $1 million that we could get, and this beef anyway. It's the mob against the Crips.
Salute.
Right?
Salute, gang.
Ultimately, right?
W gaming.
We can get $1 million from this Diddy nigga and kill two birds with one stone.
Appreciate that gift, gang.
Right? Now we know now with Reggie's response to me, what I say, he was the first suspect.
The number one suspect.
He was the number one suspect in the Biggie case, right? And Gray K then went to him and he told him Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for not getting their money for Tupac. Who the fuck? I thought Tupac got killed because he jumped on the gangbanger. So how would Reggie know that there was some money offered for Tupac, right? That goes to show that he knows that there was a hit on Tupac, right? I believe Keefy D went to them, and Bob James was already saying, yo, let's get this nigga. Reggie knew that if Suge got killed, that he would run the label, right? Sharita would inherit the label. Him and Sharita was cool, right? And then also, not only do Snoop got beef with Pac, Kevin Gaines, Sharita's boyfriend, got beef with Suge. Why? Suge took Kevin Gaines' ass out to the desert, caught him and Sharita in Las Vegas together, took him out to the desert and beat his ass and stripped him and left him out there. And then went and kicked in Sharita's door looking for him, right? So now you got Sharita that will inherit the label if Suge dies, right? You got Kevin Gaines who got his ass whipped, right? Let's see, we talking motive now. Sharita, her motive was she would get rich. Kevin Gaines' motive is this nigga whipped my ass and stripped me naked in the fucking desert and left me there, right? Reggie will inherit the working, running the label, right? Snoop will be back in the number one spot, and he ain't got to worry about fucking Pac and the Outlaws and these niggas, right? Same thing with the Dog Pound, right? Everybody's in position at death row, right? Soon as Suge went to jail, what happened? Daz became the president or something like that. Reggie was running the label.
So Death Row had a Crip and Blood side. That's crazy work. That is crazy work. Death Row had a Blood and Crip side. Oh yeah, that's crazy work, gang. Yeah, that's crazy work. I'm gonna be honest, gang.
Right?
That's crazy work, gang.
What you call it? Kevin Gaines eventually got killed, right? But Suge and them was out the way. Pac was dead, right?
Snoop was doing his thing,
right? So now here's where you see that Reggie has guilt, right?
All right.
Now that you Now that you heard
So what?
Suge say,
Okay, well, if Death Row had a wait, then if Death Row had a Blood and Crip side, why jump Orlando Anderson that night if he's a Crip? I'm just asking y'all. I'm asking y'all a question. I'm just asking. If Death Row, Blood and Crips, Orlando Anderson is Crip, why punch him that night? Why jump on that nigga that night? Was he from another Crip neighborhood? Because I understand all Crips don't ride with Crips. That what it looking like to me. All Crips don't ride with Crips. Yeah. That what it looking like to me.
you and Perez are good friends. Goddamn liar. And as Perez was trying to kill him, you gonna turn around and say, man, so what? Say what? So what? Say what? What if they was around Death Row? What if they was around Death Row? That don't mean they killers. I thought you didn't know them, nigga. Now you saying, so what if they was around Death Row? That don't make them killers. How the fuck would you know if they killers or not? You don't know them. Keep talking, you stupid ass motherfucker. Hey, pork butt. You know you done fucked up, right? So you bought the bottle of beer at 12 o'clock. So you met Greg Caden at 12:05. You know you done fucked up, right? Keep running your mouth, Reggie. You see Training Day, right? Nigga, you gonna be running down the motherfucking street like Snoop, nigga. And they gonna stick that pin down your throat. I ain't do nothing. Why y'all ain't messing with me? Now, you sat there and you sit there and you try to say you don't know Kevin Gaines. You don't know Kevin Gaines. You don't know Sharitha's boyfriend. I know. I'll tell you anytime you can have. But anyway, right quick, big bro. I'm gonna tell you, Kevin Gaines. You know, some checks or something like that. Definitely records. You think they're definitely records, but you made it.
Man, this is what I say though. I don't get it though. Wait. I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to that choke though, joke. This is what I say though. Let me sit up. Like I said, if Pac don't jump Orlando Anderson that night, he'll still be here. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't care what they had going on, Blood, Crip side, and out. That's the thing. They had too much going on. Blood, Crip signed to the same label. You never do that. That's like putting CMG and Paper Route together in one label, knowing that shit ain't gonna go right. That's like signing them two labels together. Would have been fire. Would have been fire though. CMG, Paper Route. Ooh, that would have been fire than a bug. But it's just certain stuff you don't do. Why you think Dolph didn't want to sign to Gotti over there? You don't do certain shit. You just don't do it. Two bosses, Suge was a boss and Tupac was a boss. You got two bosses on one side. I don't know. That just ain't gonna. To me, that ain't gonna be right. You got two bosses. I'm talking about two bosses. Sugar boss and Parker boss too. I understand. I know for sure he had people answering to him too. Tupac. I'm just saying, gang. Tupac should have never even been dying with it. Yeah, I understand that Suge saved his life. Okay, yeah, I understand Suge saved his life when he went and got him out the jail. Remember, remember when Suge went and got Pac out of jail? So Pac probably felt like, man, I owe this nigga my life, man. That nigga came and did. Cause remember, he was finna do some time. That nigga finna do a ride. Well, nobody effing with him, really. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy work, though. I ain't gonna cap. Will Keefy D get found guilty? I don't know. Time gonna tell, but Keefy D did a lot of talking. See, what happened was they tricked Keefy D. Remember they said they was gonna give Keefy D immunity when he came out? See, they came and asked him about the bigger on the live, and this nigga said, like I said yesterday, he said, yeah, like I said yesterday, he said, oh, no, 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 no. I don't, no, I don't know nothing about the bigger on the live, but I can tell you about the Tupac on the live. Yeah, I can tell you about that. I can tell you about the Tupac on the live. And see, that's where he effed up at. Once they said they're gonna give him immunity, man, that boy went on a press run. Even wrote a book about it. So whatever happened, the outcome with Keefy D is on him. Well, he get found guilty or not? Cause you gotta think about it. Who else gonna take the charges for that? And you gotta think about it. That been like what? It been 30 or 31 years. Boy, they ready to put the handcuffs on you just so they can get Tupac family closure for 30 after 30 years. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's gonna be a wrap for you, Keefy D. I think it might be a wrap for you. And then you admitted everything to him, and they showed the first what it was the first day they showed that how you in an interview how you showed everybody was in the fucking car. You told this person was in the passenger seat. You said this person in the driver's seat. This person behind me. That person was right there. You told on your own nephew if you think about it, because you said, yeah, my nephew was right there behind me. Your old boy had the gun, and he didn't want to do it. Dre didn't want to do it. Dre wanted to do it, so he passed the gun over to Orlando, and Orlando stood on business. I just know it came from the back seat. All I know it just came from the back seat. Yeah, they asked you about it. You said all I know it came from the back seat. Just told on your fucking nephew, though. You ain't give a damn. Money, money, money on my mind. It was never money on your mind, gang. It was never money on your guy. Hold on, wait. Okay. I had to see something. Yeah, it was money on your mind, gang. Crazy work. But you see what money don't got you. They tricked your ass. Yeah, they tricked you, brother. Hey, but we're gonna stay looking at this Tupac thing. I mean, I really don't like I said yesterday, it ain't no need to really covering it because, bro, you told on yourself in every interview. You told on yourself, gang. In every interview. And then what they saying about Diddy and all that, man. You see how fast they got him locked up with the Cassie thing situation? You don't think if he was involved with that Tupac situation, he wouldn't be locked up for that too? No. Look, they got him for what it was, the pink cocaine. They got him for set trap. You know all that. You know what they got him for? They got him for everything they can hit him for. You don't think if they could have put a little more sprinkles on top of the cake, they would have did the Tupac and Biggie unaliving? But it would have. A lot of people gonna throw it out there speculating. Yeah. You know, Sam, it wasn't no cameras and stuff back then and all that. All this stuff. Did it may throw the number around? Okay. Did it maybe okay? Did it maybe did say one time in a room or a couple times or whatever the case may be? Hey, I need both of them niggas gone. I got $1 million on the nigga head. A piece. Back then, a meal? Back then, I ain't talking about now, I'm talking about back then. It's still good, it's still money now, but I'm just saying, back then, a meal? Shh. But what if gang, even though, listen, y'all, if you got a bag on your head, right? Let's say Keefy D them already knew about it. The bag on Tupac head. Y'all already knew about it. When old boy get jumped that night, and Keefy D them listen now, they already know about the bag on Pac head, right? They already know about it. Let's just say they already know about the bag. What if that happened to Orlando and it just happened to be the man that knows there's a bag on Pac head? That nigga say, oh, it was already $1 million on that nigga head anyway. We gotta get this meal. That nigga don't jump my nephew. I already don't like them niggas on that side. I don't know, gang. I don't know. I don't know, gang. That was crazy work what they had going on, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. Let's get to this Nolan Well. We're gonna keep our eyes on it, whether he get found guilty or innocent or whatever case may be. I mean, there ain't nobody else to charge. They probably make sure they stick it to your ass, Keefy D. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Ain't nobody else to charge. Everybody else gone. Everybody else done make their karma, but you. I don't know. I don't know. Time gonna tell though. I ain't got no crystal ball over this bit. Nah, I ain't got no crystal ball over this bit. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let's get into some of the Nolan Will situation. Hold up. Let's get into Nolan. Hold up, y'all. Let me see something. Let's get into the Nolan Will situation, gang. Yeah, that's on Keefy D, gang. Like I say, he put his foot in his mouth. He put his foot in the damn mouth, gang, when he did that. Let's get into some of the Nolan Will situation. Bart. Bart. Your attorney dissed Nolan Will family for not surrendering his phone over? Bart? So Bart, how in the real your attorney don't coming out, but you ain't talking? Yeah, your attorney speaking for you, ain't it? I understand. I understand. Let's go. Get the lights on.
Give them people that phone. They tried to be slick with that. Edmondson's attorney appears to now have sent a diss at Nolan Wells' family amid controversy surrounding the surrendering of Wells' phone for inspection with the DA's office. As you should know at the top of this story, Nolan Wells' mother would express her concerns on the activity and non-activity of Wells' phone on July 4th when he first went missing. According to Christine Wansley, two main things stood out for her. One was the location of the phone, apparently showing two different locations on two separate apps, and when Wells' two Snapchat accounts were reviewed by his family, there were no pictures or messages from that day, causing his mother to assume that those items must have been deleted because Nolan was someone who would generally document his times with friends for his social pages. On Good Morning America at the top of July, Wansley would share the moment when she first looked at Wells' phone for clues surrounding his disappearance and later death. When we finally got his phone, me and my sister went through the phone. We went in his Snapchat. He had two accounts. Absolutely nothing. It wasn't even 24 hours, which is how long videos and pictures stay in Snapchat. Even my sister was like, yeah, that's suspicious. Now, at the center of the case lies the lack of trust Wells' family has shown for local law enforcement, causing them to move cautiously. For many, the lack of trust would start when the sheriff assigned to the case would end up expressing that he did not see any signs of foul play before an autopsy was even completed. As previously reported, Ben Crump, lead attorney for Nolan's family, would share that during a meeting with the Mississippi DA, Angel Myers-Mickelrath, they would agree to investigate Wells' cell phone together, and even with the possibility of the FBI being present. Last week, however, it was revealed that the DA's office would later send an email demanding the phone be surrendered and that they had 48 hours to do so. Now, this demand would later be replied by Nolan's family with a reminder of what was agreed upon and that a 48-hour window as they traveled outside of Mississippi was unreasonable. Now it appears that one of the friends who have been criticized by many online's attorney is jabbing at the Wells family. Over on his Facebook page, Bart Edmondson's family attorney, Russell Latina, would write, "You know who did give the investigators access to information on their phones without warrants or lists of conditions and right after the events of July 4th? Nolan's friends." As you should know, due to the now infamous CETO call that would be leaked online, Edmondson, a former teammate of Wells, online users as the person behind Wells' passing after "Damn it, Bart" would be heard in the background. Shut the fuck up! Damn it, Bart. On Monday, as a way to assure the DA and supporters that they are fully aligned with having Wells' phone finally examined, Crump would send out a statement that read, "We are eager to comply with the agreement we entered on July 15th, which is a joint examination of Nolan's phone conducted together with their experts, our experts, and possibly the FBI. Our experts are on standby. The family is ready.
This is crazy.
We have
Hold on,
given
gang.
the
Wait.
attorneys
I gotta do
days to
something.
choose from this week, and we will make ourselves available on 12 hours notice for any of them. The family wants Nolan's phone examined right away, with both parties in the room. All parties agreed on July 15th that we share the same goal, which is determining the circumstances surrounding Nolan's death. The family is ready to move forward on that goal this week." I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Let me tell you something. Old girl in Mississippi, she think that whatever she say, go. They think that they could just say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, because that's how they do in their little old town in Mississippi.
Y'all, hold on, man. Wait. I gotta inside one more time, but hold on. Is we live? Everybody gone? I know it, y'all. I know everybody like, damn, what the hell? My fault, gang.
Not singly, hell no.
I gotta go back a little bit. Which is determining the circumstances surrounding Nolan's death. The family's ready. I know, man. Somebody had to mess me up twice.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on. Let me tell you something. Old girl in Mississippi, she think that whatever she say, go. They think that they could just say whatever they want to say, do whatever they want to do, because that's how they do in their little old town in Mississippi. But the ones they got, she would be a fool to give that phone up. Do not give them people your phone. Not singly, hell no. I'm not, because you know what they're gonna do? All they're gonna do, they're gonna extract everything off that phone, and once they take everything off that phone, it's over. You can only extract it once. And then they're going to take that and they're going to stick it up under that whole grand jury crap. And I guarantee you, the mama, nobody will know what exactly they extracted from that phone. Okay, and they're going to utilize the phone too to go through it and see what else they can dig up about Nolan Wells to discredit him. They'll probably try to see if they can find videos of him drinking or smoking or whatever. They're going to do some. I'm telling you, listen. The best thing for her to do is not give them the phone. And just because that lady said, "Oh, so you got 48 hours," not okay, give up the phone, you got 48 hours to wipe your butt with this paper. Because what I'm not finna do is give you my son's phone. And everybody keeps saying, well, what is she hiding? It ain't got nothing to do with the fact of what I'm hiding. That ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. That's my son's phone. That's my child's phone. So it ain't like she be on the phone doing stuff or anything crazy like that. So y'all act like she got something to do with it. No. And here's another thing. Y'all are mad. Y'all are mad because that fund me money is being utilized. It's being utilized, and it is getting her the best counsel because she has 3 different firms working. She even has a private investigator. So yeah, they are mad, and they are waking up every single morning counting her GoFundMe money.
To Nolan Wells' mother, do not give them people that phone. They tried to be slick with that, and that's how I know it's something in that phone. Y'all knew them people wasn't in town, and y'all tried that. Y'all tried to be slick. It's a lot of slimy, conniving bullshit with this case, and I just don't understand why it ain't so simple. When it's the law and justice, you know, as they foretell us, we should go seek justice and law and don't put the law in your own hands. But see, when you start playing with people's emotions and feelings, and then people start wanting to act out, then y'all gonna say people are crazy. Nobody's crazy. You're playing with people's times and you're playing with people's time and their intelligence. We're not stupid. We're not stupid, Mississippi. We see what you're doing. I mean, hello? 48 hours?
48 hours, everyone has been speaking about Nolan's phone. And why has it not been handed over to the police, to law enforcement? Are you kidding me? How is that even a question? How is that even a question? Are people not aware how America runs? How the system is towards Black people? Are you, like...
As far as the DA's response, a statement has yet to be released to add further comment or confirm if a date has been selected. Bart Edmondson, Warren Hudson, Jack Spatalo, Morgan Seymour, and others continue to state their innocence in regarding the disappearance and death of Nolan Wells. Let's talk about it more in the comments below. How do you feel about Edmondson's attorney's response to Wells' family's hesitation with surrendering his phone, or do you agree with their caution? Reporting live from Ivy School at 5 Plus News, I'm John Opp.
Yeah, they got some crazy junk going. Hold on, wait. We really finna talk. We really about to talk. Hold on. Everybody talking about their phone situation. Should they have gave the phone up though? Everybody keep talking about the phone. Should they have gave the phone up? Do the phone really matter in the Nolan Wells case though? Everybody keep saying phone. But I don't know, gang. I don't think the phone really matter, gang. All that really matters what the hell happened to Nolan Wells. Was it an unaliving or was it accidental? That's all we need to know. All this other crazy shit, everybody fussing.
What things I attend to, what things I don't.
It's the same thing that happens with her. Why do you have to be the defender of supremacy and the advocate for the oppressor, as you said?
If I'm telling a fact and you are hurt by a fact that I said, that's your problem. I can't lie because your feelings hurt because you're an immature adult that can't receive information. Y'all check this out. If you need custom shirts, pants, or gear, check out Petros
stop
Apparel.
6.
You
That's
can
enough.
Your product, see the
That's
prices
enough
up front,
promote now.
upload your logo, and preview the design
That's enough promo now.
that can't take accountability, that's tribal. Talking about me, and you married to a white, look, put this fool on here. Hair falling out. All that jigging and stuff they doing, and him and his wife.
Don Lemon
got his hair falling out.
and Stop 6 going at it about this Nolan Wells trial.
You married to a white man.
I mean, case.
Allegedly. Why you gotta be like you prioritize blackness over anything else? Why didn't you get a black man? Since you so black and it is always trying to good. Well, what that white man doing for the black community? Instead of, I would say he black community. That's what he's doing to you. All right. Anyway, let me not try not to be. Y'all know I like to joke a little bit. Let's get to some of the stuff he said. These fools said about me. And this Elliot Connie guy. Y'all saw that interview with him. He was so nervous. His voice was cracking. I'm like, bruh, if you didn't paint me to be a monster, you wouldn't get nervous interviewing me. I'm just a regular person, dude. I love the Lord. I love all people. I've been black my whole life. All right, let's pull it up real quick because I got 10 minutes before I got to get to something else. But let's play this clip. Don Lemon decided to talk about me again on his show with this guy, Elliot Connie. Roll the clip.
Back now with psychotherapist Mr. Dr. Elliot Connie. He is also the host of the Family Therapy podcast. Okay.
Not doctor, though.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Master degree. That's
Master.
Okay. Time out. Why am I joking about that? Because these people, they try to grandstand on this. I'm halfway through my master's degree at Grand Canyon University. I'm killing it in the industry where I'm getting my master's degree in, so I don't need to finish and pay money just to get a piece of paper. Business leadership is my master's degree at Grand Canyon University. I can fit, if I got 4 more classes or something, but I'm too busy winning to go back and get a piece of paper I don't need. But anyway,
y'all heard Stop 6?
He act like his education is just so much far beyond what I graduated from the University of Arizona, a prestigious university, mind you, and I got my degree. And this fool want to get out here like he a doctor or something, like he got a doctorate and say, oh, Brandon don't know how to study. I know how to study. I got a degree. Degree in sociology, thematic minor. Africana studies is in my minor, and also communication in American Sign Language. I can communicate better than you can. But anyway, let him finish. Let him finish. Roll it.
I have watched probably more video on former Officer Tatum than anyone else, and I just had an hour-long conversation with him.
You sound like
on
a
my
fan.
platform.
He sound like a fan.
We're gonna play that. We're gonna play.
He
some
sound
of that
like a
coming up.
fan.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but he never acknowledges your position, and he never says things like, oh, that's a good point. I hadn't considered that. Let me rethink. He doesn't do that. So whenever you see someone stonewalling to that degree, you have to ask yourself, why are they doing? Why does it feel like I'm talking to a brick wall when I'm making evidence-based points backed by data and research? Why is he not accepting it? And then
Did we get that clip? We didn't get that clip. Maybe in post-production we'll do the clip. He's lying. You can go watch his show if you want to, kill some of your brain cells. But you can go on his show and see what I said. He claims, oh, Brandon never accepts it. He says that he saw a firsthand racism on the police department. He won't concede to what I'm saying. Why don't you change what you... I said I've never experienced racism on the police department. I've never had any racist cops that I've worked with. And no, I have never heard of a cop talk about this. It's so not prevalent on the police department. We don't even talk about this kind of stuff. It is unacceptable to be a racist on the police department. Are there racist cops? Yeah, it does. Racist everybody. Black, white, you name it, racist. Ignorant. People out here, flock cameras. You got cops cutting up. So they be cutting up, but this is not prevalent. He gave an example. I said, all right, I have never experienced this. He tried to tell me that I can't say I never experienced it. I said, but you said you experienced it. Give me your example. I'm willing to hear your side of it. That's what I said. They can't and then his example of racism on the police department, which I cannot verify. Hopefully he can give me evidence of it, but I'll take his word for it. A white man chastising another white man for being disrespectful to black children, and the white man who was chastised admitted he was wrong. You just proved my point that is so infrequent that even when it happened, a white man is chastising another white man for daring to do it. But Brandon Tatum won't concede. When your points are not good, I'm not going to concede to your points just because you're trying to be a doctor. Roll the clip.
He's also doing is what we refer to as confirmation bias. He's taking one thing and he's like latched onto that one thing and allowing that one thing to be the blanket thing.
No, I have a fact. and you don't have enough evidence to overcome the fact, so I'm sticking with the fact. These people are crazy, man. Here, this is another one. Roll it.
I don't know what I think of the interview. I'll have to take some time to think about it. What I can tell you is I think every single term that I brought up, naive realism, internalized racism, I think all of those terms are accurate. Moral disengagement. Moral disengagement is if I know that things I'm saying are causing people harm, I'm going to, and I want to consider myself a good person, as all of us do, I'm going to selectively choose what things I attend to and what things I don't.
Time out. During this interview, me and this brother, this is why these people are so disingenuous. During this interview, he said, do you feel bad for the things you say that hurt people? I'm like, bro, that's such a blank. What you mean hurt people? You mean physically hurt people? You mean emotionally hurt people? I said, well, first of all, if somebody came to me, I said this in the interview, somebody came to me and expressed how something that I said actually tangibly hurt them, depending on what I actually said, I'm willing to retract or take back or reframe what I said if it genuinely hurt somebody, because that's not my intention. I said that on his show. But I said also, if I'm telling a fact and you are that I said, that's your problem. I can't lie because your feelings hurt because you're an immature adult that can't receive information. This is what I say on his show. And he says that I'm unwilling to, I guess, have empathy for people if I'm saying something that's hurtful. You just so dude, and you think, well, if I say this black person's wrong, and black people get offended, that's not my problem. I guess you would not tell a black person if they're wrong because you're afraid it's gonna hurt people's feelings. That's insanity. Roll the clip.
And he is doing all of the things. And I wanted to have this conversation, quite honestly, for that reason. I am a mental health professional. It's what I do. I've been listening to Mr. Tatum this whole time, and I've been hearing it through a clinical lens. And I can see not just the grift, but I can see how he's doing it. So what was important to me to do today was to have a conversation where you could see what he's doing in real time. You saw him move. I was very intentional about every single word I said. I was very intentional about letting him talk when he spoke, but you watch him. He clearly does not know how to digest research. You don't just take two contrarian pieces of research and say, oh, these two things disagree, then all I have to go into my lived experience. That is not true.
Okay, all of this is public because he put it out on the social media. That's not my explanation of digesting research. This fool said he has a particular item of research. I said, I haven't been able to evaluate the research. So I can't agree to something that hasn't been evaluated. You cannot concede to research without validating it. So I said, for the sake of argument, I'm going to validate your research. And the other research that I have, I validate that research because I've already been able to validate it. So I'll have your research, my research. Let's just say that they both are valid. And they're contrary to one another. You have to go off of you can utilize your lived experience to lean one towards the other. For instance, if you're a person who spanks your kids every time they do something you don't like, right? You spank them, and you do not see positive results from spanking your children.
He said, but you didn't violate. I see y'all said something about.
There's researchers that say that spanking your children is ineffective.
We talked about that yesterday. Hold on, wait.
My personal experience with spanking my children is that it doesn't work.
Bro, we talked about that yesterday. We gonna get into that. We'll get into that. We'll get to that too. Then
spanking your children is not working. That's it. Both of them are validated, which means if you're going to do research, there are people that do research in a biased manner. So you may have people that agree with this research, but they did not do a balanced research. It's still actual people that are having examples that are agreeing with it.
How many people in here that spank their kids and say it works? I'm just asking, and we just asking, gang. We just talking. We ain't trying to say is, you know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to promote nothing like that. I'm just asking. I'm just asking a question. How many people think it's right for you to spank your kids? Do it works when you spank them? That's all I'm asking. It doesn't work if it get worse. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it doesn't really get worse. Quick little pop on the hand. Okay. Quick little pop on the hand. Okay. I see what some of y'all saying. Man, let's go, gang.
To validate it. Let me just give you an example. If somebody was saying that they're eating bananas before working out is a thing, and you have a person that say eating bananas before working out is not a positive thing. If you interview certain people that have eaten bananas and you do a sample size of it or whatever the case may be, you talk to scientists and researchers. Let me do a better example. COVID. When you have people that are saying COVID-19 this, they forced it down our throats.
Shout out to everybody.
These are people that are legitimately, quote unquote, legitimate scientists, legitimate virologists that are saying this is the worst thing that ever happened, blah, 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 blah. Then you have others that are saying this is completely false. mRNA vaccines are wrong. They're bad for you. Blah, blah, blah. These two things can be validated. The CDC validated some of this research that were contradicted. And now what has come out is that the side that the CDC took was wrong. But at the time, the source material and all was accepted as prominent research to draw from. Hospitals used it. Medical professionals used it. This side had a legitimate approach too. So what I'm saying is that a person can do research on both sides and be legitimized, but that does not mean that you have to say with both being legitimate, I'm just gonna pick this one or not. You got to go off of your lived experience. If you're a professional and you're giving people vaccines and they're all dying, and you got research that says that they won't die because of the vaccine, you got to say, well, maybe the research is incorrect. The research that's saying that people are dying due to vaccines, I'm watching it happen in real time. Anyway, let's get to the next clip. And then I got to move. Rob.
There's a really interesting thing that he's not able to do, which I find psychologically incredibly fascinating. When he sees a successful black man, he says, there must not be discrimination because discrimination must mean black people can't become successful. He doesn't understand. For example, he did an interview on Jubilee and he said, raise your hand if being black stopped you from being successful.
Time out.
Well,
that fool said that he watched all of my videos. This is what he said at the beginning. I watch it more than anybody. He just made that up. I never said anything like that. And he made up a false premise. I've never said that when I see a black person successful, I think discrimination don't exist. My whole premise is that discrimination can't stop you. I'm not saying people don't discriminate against you. He knows that's not my premise. I said it on this show. But they can't accept that. They have to be victims. I said discrimination, people discriminate against people all the time in multiple facets, whether it's race, whether it's looks, whether people discriminate against you. But racial discrimination won't stop you from doing nothing in your life. So he was wrong on the first premise, and then he claimed that in the Jubilee thing that I said, go back to what he said, being black has anything to do with success or not. Go back and play it.
I find psychologically incredibly fascinating. When he sees a successful black man, he says, there must not be discrimination because discrimination must mean black people can't become successful. He doesn't understand. For example, he did an interview on Jubilee and he said, raise your hand if being black stopped you from being successful.
Time out. Raise your hand if being black stops you from being successful. Let's roll the clip of Jubilee. He said, if being black stops you from being successful. Y'all heard that, ladies and gentlemen? This is why you can't trust these people. Listen to what I said. Raise your hand if there's white supremacy has stopped you from being successful in America.
I'd just like to say that...
Time out. It had nothing to do with being black. I said that's white supremacy. And then these people, and I'll play it another time, they go on to talk about anecdotal one-off things. And let's go to the guy at the very end, because he's a summation of everything that everybody said. Listen to what this fool said at the very end, the guy that I'm sitting across from with the professor that said he was an educator.
I have experienced discrimination. The reason I responded no to your question was if it held me back. No, it didn't hold me back because I fought against the discrimination, but I was discriminated against when I was looking for housing, when I was trying to get my master's degree. One guy even told me it's not because you're black. When I saw a bunch of white people, he did not want to give me housing. I was also targeted by the police on multiple occasions. And then 2 weeks after Donald Trump became president, I was on my lunch break at my job and a white guy drove past me and yelled white power. He was emboldened because of Trump's rhetoric. And that I've been called the N-word just walking on the street multiple times by white people who feel emboldened by Trump's rhetoric. And so I have struggled against difficult odds, but it hasn't stopped me because there's something inside of me that is determined to succeed, and it's because I want to help people. I want to be that person that I did not have.
What are we saying? I went on a thing and I said, raise your hand if white supremacy or whatever stop you from being successful. None of them said that it stopped them from being successful. They talk about somebody calling the N-word. Somebody roll down the window and say, F you N-word, like you lose your job if they yell at you for saying. How does that's a word. N-word. Black people call each other N-word every day, but you hear a white person, somehow it hit different. I can't make it in life because a white person said the same thing that Drake been saying on all his songs that I listen to every day. All right, this is the last video.
You look like, I ain't gonna cap.
These people
Stop
are insane.
Stop sit look like he listen to Drake. I ain't gonna cap. I ain't saying that whoever listen to Drake something wrong with him, but you just look like a Drake fan. No cap. But let's go though.
They're so disingenuous. And they have to be because they got a black man like me who's not a victim that's effective. White supremacy and racism can't stop you from doing nothing in modern America. Nothing, not one thing. And I said on his show, I said this in Jubilee. I'm not saying that discrimination don't exist. I'm saying it's not going to affect you. It's not effective enough to stop you from doing anything. It's not the success measure of black people in the black community. I said the same thing with racism and policing and on his show. There's racist cops out there, but there's racist people in everything. But it's so rare that your example was that a white man chastised another white man. All right, last clip, roll it.
So you can have a conversation like that, because if I spoke to Stephen A. Smith, if we got into an argument like that, or we start speaking to each other like that, no one's going to listen. We're going to be talking over each other, right? Yelling. But if you're like, hey, look, with all due respect, let me just say this. I'm not, saying that is bad, but this is just my opinion of whatever. And I think that would have worked better. And I think that's what people are. But the other thing, too, is, which is the same thing that happens with Tater. Every opportunity that you can take to defend someone else rather than someone else, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why do you have to be?
Do you know why he didn't say what he said? Because it sounds crazy. He said the reason you take to defend someone else instead of someone else. What he mean is you defend white people instead of black people. That's what he's saying. But if the white man is back there, let me not say it. I was going to say the white man back there oiling it up. You better not say nothing crazy.
Hold
white
up,
man
pause.
gonna do something to you.
Pause.
You got the white man in the back room talking about why you defending white people over black people. Marry a white man over a black man. All right, regardless of that. It's not about defending white versus black. It's right versus wrong. If a black man wrong, he wrong. If the white man right, he right. I don't pick the black man because he black. Roll the clip. Let's finish.
The defender of supremacy and the advocate for the oppressor, as you said, and criticizing, you always the critic of your own.
But there's a clear answer to that. There's a very clear answer to that. One of the things they're both very, very good at is getting clicks and views. And they're both very good at understanding what audiences am I catering to get clicks and views.
Come on.
Another thing is they both created characters.
Come on.
And as we know, the longer you play the character, the more blurred line becomes between you and the character.
So let's get to clicks and views. Here go clicks and views. Dude, I got millions of people that follow me, hundreds of thousands of black people. I get more black people coming to me on the streets and say, I love your content more than any other race at this point. It used to be a bunch of white. It's been more black people now. All right, come on. Look at his views. I'm doing this for clicks. I went on your show. I got more. I got 3 million. I don't even know what multiplication number that'll be. He got 35,000 subscribers. I got 3.5 million subscribers. My video on his channel is his biggest grossing, biggest highly sought out video of all. 111,000 in 3 days. He did one 6 days ago, 21,000. Let's go to his other views. What does that say? Grant, can you read them to me? Read his views. We'll go from left to right, top to bottom.
It looks like 813.
Yeah, no. Make sure it's clear. 800, not 800,000.
Yes,
800 views. Okay.
Then 1 day ago, 41 views. Then
41 views, bro.
770 from 2 hours ago. It looks like 770 views from 3 hours ago. Then Brandon Tatum, 4,000 views from 4 hours ago. Then 104 views from 5 hours ago, 228 views from 6 hours ago, 6,000 from 3 days ago, and then 14,000 from ago. Yeah, hot.
But I'm the one grifting. I didn't get no money from that interview you did with me. That's your most prominent interview. Remember, old boy said he wasn't gonna say my name no more. Don Lemon. He's still talking about me. They ain't call me Tater. The gayest term he can do is Tater. You would say Tater. Dude, can you come with something gangster? Officer Taters.
Chill out, man.
All right, I ain't gonna say that. I love people.
I
love y'all.
Fam.
But he just weird. He can't be a. He gotta be a weird one. Anyway, I'm finishing with this. I love you guys. I
All
appreciate
right,
you guys
fam.
watching.
All
I
right.
gotta.
All right, fam. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. That's enough. That's enough. Stock 6. That's enough, gang. You ain't have to. You ain't have to go that far now. God dang. We heard you. We heard you, gang. Dang. Somebody was saying something about Nancy. We talked about her yesterday, but we can rerun it real quick. All right. God dang. Man, bro.
If you love music but don't see yourself on stage,
Hold up.
that's okay.
Somebody said something
Every
about
song needs
Nancy
someone to
or
record it, mix
in
it,
the
and
chat.
shape how it sounds.
Well, a couple people were saying
Bombshell
something.
tonight in the Nolan Wells investigation. Tonight, a Nolan Wells phone evidence torpedo. Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
All but, I believe, one took a polygraph, and from what was told to me, that they all passed.
Nancy, my clients have not taken a polygraph test.
Nobody's guilty, and everybody's a suspect. We don't know the truth yet, but we will.
We have had multiple witnesses reach out to us, two confirmed witnesses that saw Nolan Wells on the island around 6 p.m. on July 4th. Well after the Triton, as you said, left around 4:30. And so those witnesses.
Y'all get the lights up. Let's get to 100 lights. Donate to the platform, gang.
Investigators
Hit the super chat and gifts for me. We in here.
And they've done what they're supposed to do. These witnesses know Nolan. They've known him for a long time. They were able to make a positive ID. And they told that to investigators. They told them that from the very start.
What witnesses? Where? Who, what, where, why, and when? That is a renowned trial lawyer named Tyler Cox, and he is representing the acquaintances of Nolan's that took him to Horn Island on their boat, the Triton. Curious, we've seen, hey, let's pull up that video control room of everyone getting on
Appreciate that
the
gift,
boat
Ben.
before they went to Horn Island. It's very interesting, evidentiarily. Okay, here we go. This was from the Officer Tatum show.
Appreciate that
and you're
gift,
about
Ben.
to see people. There they are down at the right. And there's actual video of people see the boat at about 1 o'clock. Oh, there we go. Excellent shot, guys. People getting on, people getting off. And it keeps going to where you see everybody that got on the boat. But here's my big question tonight, before I can even get to the alleged witnesses that Tyler Cox is telling us about. Dave Mack, joining me, Crime Stories investigative reporter. Can I see the video again, please? Dave Mack, I'm seeing everybody preparing the Triton to go out, preparing to go out. In this shot, they're down at about 3 o'clock. Okay, keep looking. 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then suddenly you switch to a different camera. There you go. That's the boat. So, Dave Mack, where is the evidence? Where is the video of the boat? Is that Nolan right there? Walking along in the light blue shorts, and he at that time had on a white shirt. I think that's Nolan right there. Dave Mack, where is the evidence, the video evidence of them coming back?
Nancy, we have not seen evidence of them coming back. Remember, 3 boats caravanned out to the island, and then we have different stories about when they arrived back on the mainland. But we don't have video of any of them
So we don't
showing
have
back
that
up.
video.
Correct.
Okay, let's circle back to the alleged witnesses that. He's a great trial lawyer, by the way. Wins a lot of cases. This is Tyler Cox. He's representing the acquaintances that went to Horn Island with Nolan. I've got to get to torpedo, but he's not the only one that says they have witnesses. Listen.
These 2 witnesses, 2 very reliable, very credible, and very upstanding members of the community, they saw Nolan And they've known Nolan for years. There's no chance that they made a mistake. By the way, this can be corroborated through other evidence, other eyewitness accounts. And that's the end of it right there.
That's from the Officer Tatum Show. Susan Hendricks joining me, veteran, investigative journalist, author of Down the Hill, My Descent into the Double Murder in Delphi. What witnesses? I understand that there's video and witnesses. One places him there at 5, one places him there at 6. Significance, the Triton, and we can show this by GPS. They are right about this, left Horn Island around 4:30. So if he is spotted, and you can confirm to me that he is spotted there at 5 or 6, if that video has a timestamp on it, and I can corroborate that, or I can corroborate the witnesses weren't drunk. Hey, let's see that video control room again of Nolan bent over, and all you can see is his blue trunk back there. Now, that's not a very good eyewitness right there. Okay?
Is that Nolan?
Do I think that's him? Yeah, I do. I do think that's Nolan.
Is that Nolan,
but I would
gang?
tear that
Is
up.
that Nolan?
Tear it to shreds.
Mm-hmm.
There's all sorts of... You know what? Hold on, Susan Hendricks. Greg Morse joining me, veteran trial lawyer, founder of Morse Legal. He's in the Southern District of Florida, former West Palm Beach public defender, and author of The Untested. Greg, in Florida, as in Georgia, as in this jurisdiction of Mississippi, the code, the official code of Mississippi, annotated, lays out how you establish or cross-examine, same thing, same criteria, an eyewitness, such as, I memorized them. How far were you away from the witness? From the target. What was the lighting? Do you wear glasses? Were you wearing them that night? Were you inebriated? Had you smoked pot? How can you prove that to me? Did anything obstruct your view? Was it daytime or nighttime? What time of the day was it? What were the conditions? You go on and on and on. You can rattle them off, right? I know you can. So
absolutely.
How do I know the eyewitness can't identify anything except the back of his legs, like in that video?
Well, that's the thing. There's no details about any identification. It's just a broad statement that other people
Sharon.
saw
Appreciate
Nolan
that gift,
after
gang.
the boat left. The video you just showed shows from a view from behind of someone bending over. Did the person have sunglasses on? Were they familiar with who they were actually looking at and identifying? How much had they drank during the day? It was a party scene. That's what usually these boat spots are. There's one by me in West Palm Beach, very similar setup called Peanut Island. So most people also, right, they don't think something's important until after the fact. They're just going about their day, notice people walking by. So from what you showed, that's not a very strong identification from that position, but there's no details.
While I've got you, Greg Morse, let me throw another question at you. And look, I'm not wearing a prosecution or a defense hat. As you know, I'm a crime victim. I would say I'm coming at it from that angle. But I was very disturbed, Greg, when I got wind that there is no criminal investigation. It's been said over and over and over. Why not? We don't know how he died. For instance, if he did have water in his lungs, okay, maybe he did drown. But how did he get in the water? Did he fall in the water? Was somebody, wrestling with him in the water and they held him down? They went, oh, my stars, I killed him and left? Did he hit his head? There's a lot more to it than saying, oh, yeah, he drowned. How can someone state there is no criminal investigation? I understand a grand jury is about to be convened. That doesn't mean there's a crime, but does.
How many people think Nolan was thrown off the boat? How many people think he was held on the water? How many people think he was thrown off the boat? I'm finna get in my Dr. Omar bag now. Brothers and sisters. How many people think Nolan was thrown off the boat? Brothers and sisters, how many people think Nolan was thrown off the boat? Oh, look. Or did he just fall in the water? Lit. Brothers and sisters.
Doesn't that suggest
all right, don't make me get in my Dr. Umar bag.
to you a grand jury inside the Superior Courthouse, inside the District Attorney's Office would suggest there is a criminal investigation?
Well, it would potentially lead someone to believe that, yeah, a criminal investigation was undergoing. However, when we look at how this has played out over the last 6 weeks, how law enforcement has acted, they haven't seized Nolan Wells' phone at this point. In a criminal investigation, law enforcement's going to use those tools to get this information. So this could just be a drowning. I'm sitting down, and this could just be a drowning. And that's why they're looking at it that way, because nothing's told them it's but everything's not a crime. It doesn't have to be investigated as a crime.
We're still talking. We've already established that. Here's the other, you know what? I'm going to let you think about what you just said. I'm going to go to Jeff Shetler joining us. Guys, this is a special guest joining us out of Edisto Island, South Carolina. Former police K-9 handler, author of 5 books. Last one, 2 weeks to operational tracking. I like this one. Red Dog Rising. K-9 trailing. The Straightest Path, Tactical Tracker Teams, The Tao of Trailing. He is at GAK9.com. Question, I get this a lot from the viewers, so you can put it to rest. How long does a person have to be dead before a cadaver dog will pick up on that scent?
Well, honestly, a dog's going to pick up on the live or dead scent as soon as they're out there. So the time frame, from hours to a day or so is really not a big deal. It doesn't matter what type of dog you have that's looking for humans. Within that first 24 hours, either type of dog, a live finder, deceased person dog, is going to be viable. They're going to pick up on anything that's there. The big issue that we have here is primarily the contamination, after the fact. If the dog was placed at the scene initially to search for our victim, then the chances are the success rate would actually be pretty good. The island is very, very small. There's not a lot of hiding places. There's not a lot of places he could go. On the other hand, inside the water might be a different story. We have tide issues and everything else that are occurring there.
So you want to start a podcast, but you're not sure how. Riverside's got you covered. First, go to riverside.com and open an account. And when you're ready to record, just...
So you bring in a scent dog. I would assume you bring in a scent dog first, but the issue with that, in my mind, probatively, like what can I use? How can I use that trial? What's it going to prove for me? I already know Nolan was on the boat to start with, so of course the dog is going to pick up Nolan's scent on the boat. That's not hard to figure out. So I know a scent dog is going to pick up on that, but a cadaver dog. What should have been done immediately with a cadaver dog. And I'm putting this out there, not to say woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybe it happened, and we haven't been informed. The press, the media, has no right to information in an ongoing investigation. So this may have been done, and we haven't told. I can only pray. So, regarding a cadaver dog, what should have been done, Jeff Shetler, and how should it have been done, and when should it have been done?
Lock down the location. Don't let anybody on there. Get the dogs in. See what type of reaction they have. Every second that goes by, every minute that goes by, every hour that goes by will have an impact on the dog work when it comes to age of the material, age of the odor, and more importantly, what your contamination factor is. And this is the one big thing that nobody ever really thinks about, that they think the dogs are going to be these magical creatures that detect everything that you're looking for. But that's going to be mitigated dramatically by any type of human activity on the scene. That's the first thing that has to happen. So if you're going to use dogs, you need to get them out there right away. They actually have to be one of the first things on scene.
Hi guys, Nancy Grace here. If you are a homeowner, you probably thought, should I call American Financing to refinance and pay off this debt? But you don't because of your luck. Good luck. Straight out to Joseph Scott Morgan, Professor of Forensics, Jacksonville State University. You can find his hit YouTube show, Body Bags, with Joe Scott Morgan. But most important, he is a death investigator with over 10,000 death scenes under his belt. Isn't it true, Joe Scott, that a cadaver dog, aka a human remains detection dog, can absolutely detect the scent of a dead person as early as 45 minutes to 3 hours after the death because of the cellular breakdown in organic compounds? Could you translate what I just said, which I said in court before, into regular people talk.
Yeah, so our building blocks are cells, and so the cells begin to break down. And you're right. People don't understand that human decomposition literally begins at a
Somebody
cellular
said,
level.
hold up.
The
Somebody
moment
just
we're
said,
gone.
bruh, if your friend drown, you're deactivating your social media account? No, I'm trying to see where in the world my dog at. Nigga, I'm trying to open up more social media accounts to let everybody know. Have y'all seen my dog? No cap. Shout out to whoever that was in the chat that said that. Let's go.
Okay, so the two compounds that you're looking for here when it comes to cadaver searches utilizing canine assets are putrescine and cadaverine, or cadaverine as well. And what they are, they're an organic compound that combine as a result of the cellular breakdown, and it gives off a particular odor. Now, to what Jeff was saying just a moment ago, if there is some type of, let's just say, blood evidence, all right, on the boat, that I pray this boat was locked down quickly. If there's a point of impact, say, for instance, on a railing, any of the gunnels in there, those areas in there, and you have blood deposition, guess what happens, Nancy? That blood begins to break down, just like a body does, okay? So you'll have the scent that is there, and it is wholly different than tracking a human, all right? Now, where else would you find? Well, we know that Nolan's remains are allegedly found on the shore, right? They're allegedly right there. Now, we also know, and remember what the second autopsy said, he's in an advanced state of decomposition at this point in time. So the trick is here trying to
That's when he's
understand.
found on the beach. Hold on.
Exactly.
That's when he's found on the beach. But my understanding, and of course, I'm just a trial lawyer. I'm not a canine expert like Jeff Shetler is, but
Can y'all get me to 100 likes, gang?
hours,
Everybody double tap that screen, hit that sub button for me.
dogs can pick up on the scent of human decomp. It starts
We had 65, gang, on my screen.
immediately, and the dog can smell that.
You can say within 45 minutes, but I have to tell you, there is a lot of variability here, dependent upon a lot of environmental conditions, even
Hey, my super chat must don't work, gang. They must got my super chat off or something. I don't see no super chats on there. Nobody ain't saying that through the super chat. Shouting the savage out, shouting me out on there, or shouting themselves out. I don't see nothing flying through that bit. Nothing but a blah 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 blah. Nothing going on. Alright. I see how y'all want to play it. I gotta turn it to P y'all baby boy. Oh, I gotta turn it to P y'all baby boy. Y'all said y'all love me. Y'all said I can stay here. Bought me all these video games, fly gear. Alright, bet. Alright, bet. Alright, bet.
the individual that is decomposing. That's going to play into it. So that's not a static number.
Then.
It's a bracketed number. So you don't know how long it's going to take for this to actually begin to develop.
What's up?
We
I
also
appreciate
know that
that, Ben.
trained dogs
Appreciate that,
like
Gil,
Jeff Shetler works with can still hit on decomp, even microscopic particles in soil.
I appreciate that, Mike, for
after the
that
body has been
that super
removed,
chat, gang.
sometimes
Appreciate
years
that,
or
Mike.
even decades later, depending on the condition. But as
Appreciate that, Gil,
Shetler just
444.
pointed out, in these conditions where the surface of the boat is exposed to water, to wind, to contamination, not so much. I'm going to circle back to Jeff in just a moment regarding any possibility of tracking human decomp or human scent on Horn Island. The thing is, we know he was there, so we know the dogs will hit on him being there alive, but what about dead? I also want to clear something else up, and this is really important. Greg Morse, these acquaintances that went out on the beach, I'm not razor locked on them. I'm looking at them. I'm looking at everybody. Who are these two witnesses? If they are telling the truth, that Nolan Wells was on Horn Island at either 5 or 6 o'clock, then the acquaintances on the Triton are in the clear. Because Morse, I know, based on their GPS, what time they left the island. So we have to keep our minds open as to what, who, what, where, why, the whole shebang. We can't lock in on those acquaintances and they had already left and he's still on the island. Is that true? I don't know. But it could be, right? Many an investigation has failed because the prosecutor did not keep their mind open as to potential suspects, right?
Well, right. You know, the police have to keep an open mind. Here, it's not even a criminal investigation. So 6 weeks approximately has gone by. The folks that were on the boat with Nolan, nothing has come out even remotely to indicate they were involved in some foul play at this point at all. They're just people that went out to this island with a friend. It appears their friend may have stayed afterwards and, you know, maybe a tragedy happened. Maybe something else happened that wasn't involving them.
A tragedy did happen.
6
Nolan Wells
weeks?
is dead, and I'm going to find out how. But I tell you
Sure,
what,
but you're talking
I
about
am
6
curious
weeks.
about
This is
why no
this is
polygraphs have been
isolated.
taken. I'm just
Why?
very curious.
But why?
But many
Why?
defense
For
lawyers
what?
wouldn't dream of letting their
They're
clients.
not suspects.
Let me get to the
But
phone.
Nancy, you're turning what's not a
Of course they're
criminal
not suspects. You
investigation
said that.
and want the
Tony, you're
trappings
wasting my
of one.
time. Stop it. That's
But when
right.
you talk
That's
about
right. I see his
polygraph,
lips moving. He's I hear. Okay, yeah, just keep him just like that. Yeah, that's the way I like Morse. Don't
Damn.
hurt your head, Morse.
She ain't been
Don't
playing.
hurt your head.
She ain't playing about Nolan.
Susan
Hey,
Hendricks.
she ain't BSing
Oh,
now. No
my
cap.
stars, Hendricks. The family is now seemingly
She said,
being
"Cut his mic."
accused of
That's the second person.
wrongdoing.
Well, that's the
Because
second
they
throat she don't
haven't
cut over
handed
here on
the
her show.
phone over yet. What happened back on, I've got a big note here, phone July 15. Isn't that when the family had a meeting and said, yes, you can have the phone, but they want independent examiners there at the same time, right? Tell me July 15, what happened?
July 15th, the attorney for the parents of Nolan met and said, yes, we want to give over the
Somebody
phone, but we
said,
want
imagine Nancy
someone
with a
in
bus
the middle
down.
here, someone from the
Facts.
outside, an expert to
Shout out to
analyze
Nancy,
the
man.
phone. It appeared everyone agreed. Then all of a sudden they get a letter saying, we want the phone and you have 24 hours to send it over. The DA sent that. And the parents were out of town and said, wait, we don't have the time to do that. Hence the narrative that they're not cooperating. Now they say, Nolan's parents, look, we have our experts on standby. This week, pick a day. And not to mention on the 19th would have been Nolan's 19th birthday. A difficult week for the family, but they say, hey, we'll give up his cell phone. We want someone, a mediator, if you will, an expert in the middle.
Well, you know, this is interesting, what you just said. Joe Scott Morgan, professor of forensics, Jacksonville State University, which has, I've been there, and it is a world-class Crim Pro division. Whole building, a whole floor is set up just to recreate scenes. And I was so impressed by it. Joe Scott has worked with me on multiple recreations, intricate recreations at Jacksonville State University to try to figure out.
Hey, hit that like and sub if you're new to the channel game for me. Let's get to 100 likes. We on like 80. Let's go. Let's hit the
All
goal.
sorts of
100
things
likes.
you can learn from actually
100 likes if you like.
recreating the scene. That said, Joe Scott, I have examined evidence myself at the crime lab, and you know the crime lab out on Panthersville Road is amazing, state of the art, with the defense attorney there. And I typically would not allow a defense team to examine the evidence unless I was there. Do I think they're going to do something nefarious? Maybe, probably not. But I don't want them to even touch it if it could somehow, you know, compromise the evidence. And it can. A lot of the times, even touching it can compromise the evidence. So this is not unheard of, that the family wants an independent investigator there when the phone is searched.
Yeah, you're right. And it happens. Nancy, I've actually been in autopsy suites with defense attorneys believe it or not. All manner of people come through the labs over the years as an independent set of eyes. So let's just say that they do, in fact, have an independent individual examine this phone. And I think this question goes back to you as a prosecuting attorney. Would any kind of findings that were on that phone, would they be negated as a result of the state not doing? You know, if you wanted to move forward as using this evidence in a criminal prosecution, perhaps, would it invalidate it since the state is not doing it? And what are you going to find? And how many hands are going to be on this phone at that given time?
Are you saying that if the defense did their own investigation of the phone and the state did not, would that negate the defense findings?
Yeah, because remember, we've got a grand jury that's going to be impaneled, allegedly.
HELLYES. Because the first thing, if the shoe was on the other foot, I would do is, isn't it true? I
She was on
gave
hell
you the
yes.
opportunity to review the phone. Isn't that true? On this date. And you didn't do it. So don't come complaining now. Oh, yeah, that would be a matter for cross-exam.
Oh, do y'all? Hey, is y'all rocking with Nancy right now? Y'all let me know.
Who is our next sponsor?
Is y'all rocking with Nancy right now?
Clue. Meow. Smalls makes fresh human-grade food designed for cats to
Aye.
Big pet food.
We don't want no damn cat food, guys.
Features 80%
See, you out of line for
expert,
that.
former
You out of
FBI,
line.
22 years, former homicide, Norfolk, Virginia Police Department, works multiple cases and currently with precision cellular analysis. I could go on. Scott, tell me how this examination, I mean, you don't just pick up the phone and go, okay, I looked at it. What is a phone examination? How do I get evidence of potential snaps that were sent that day, texts, emails, photos taken during those critical hours? And important, how do I find out if anything was deleted? We've heard, yes, it's deleted. No, it wasn't deleted. The only way we're going to know is from a forensic exam. How do you now take baby steps? Go ahead.
Hold up, gang.
Maintenance fee, overdraft fee, minimum balance fee, maximum balance fee. Banking fees are just a part of modern life. Or are they? They're not at...
Wait, gang, hold on.
It's pretty easy nowadays. You get the physical phone itself. You hook it up to a device like the Cellbrite, which is one of the main producers of this type of software that can download phones. First of all, obviously, you have to have the password to the phone. If not, then you have to go through a lot of processes to get past the password and into the phone. But once you're into the phone, and this can be done with other people standing by as you're talking about another investigator for the defense or for the family or something like that being there, they can sit there and watch you download the phone. And basically, once you download a copy of what's on the phone, and you're not really messing with the evidence that's on the phone, you're not changing it, you're just copying it to another computer, and then you can start going through that data. You can look at all the text messages, and it'll even let you know which ones have been deleted. Now, of course, deleted means, it's
Put him up, please. Put him up, please. What do you see when you're looking for deleted? Do you see like you log on and you just see all this data, X's and O's and digits, and how do I tell something's been deleted? Explain that to me. I mean, unless it's in recently deleted, but even my twins at age 3 knew how to go into my phone and find recently deleted and delete it. And how do you find it?
So it's actually just, on the computer screen, you're looking at all the lists of text messages, and it says right to the right of it, this one was deleted. So in an aspect, if it hadn't been overwritten, think about how computers work. You delete something, just like a phone, you delete something, it kind of takes it and moves it into a to an area you're not using. And then once, if the phone starts getting full, it starts writing over that deleted stuff that were deleted at some point in time are still there and can be recovered. The actual texts of the text message, the content of the text messages is still there until it's getting written over by the phone.
Scott Eicher, has your company, Precision Cellular Analysis, performed these independent examinations of phones?
Yes, they have. We have a whole group of individuals in our company that just specialize in downloading phones, rebuilding phones that are damaged so that the data can be pulled from the phone, and breaking into the phones if we don't have the password.
What is Celebrite and how is it used?
It's a program that's been around for a good amount of time, probably 15 years, and each year it gets more updated, but it's a program that actually goes into the phone and allows you to copy the information from the phone onto to a different computer. And then you can look at that data and spend time going through it, get all the chronological information from text messages to pictures to Snapchat. So you can get a timeline from all these different areas of the phone.
What about a digital forensics go bag? A portable data collection rig. We saw it in the Nancy Guthrie investigation. It was used when the investigators went into the Guthrie family home. You see it on field operations, intelligence, digital forensics. They extract or they mirror digital info right there on location. A tactical exploitation kit like a forensics go bag.
Yes, those are available, and basically Cellbrite is that also. It's more for phones, but you can have the same type of device for computers and for other devices in the home. But Cellbrite is also a portable device that you can take to a crime scene, take to a house, or go to a individual's residence and do that download. It doesn't have to be done in the office.
According to the family, they have made the phone and their independent experts readily available.
The Jackson County DA's office, as well as our forensic team, and possibly the FBI, we're going to together download and examine the phone. So it's done one time with everybody together, right? This is very common in the law. This is what is supposed to happen. We are waiting for the DA to determine the time, the place, the date. Let us know, and we are going to be there with our forensics team and anybody else, but it's done one time, one examination. We're ready for it to happen.
From our friends at WLOX, that's Liza Park, working with Nolan's mother. To you, Susan Hendricks, now somehow it's made to look like the family, Nolan's family, is not cooperating. Let me understand what has happened. So Nolan's family went out of state. I don't know why. And while they were gone, they get a demand letter from the DA's office.
Yeah, that said you have 24 hours. And they were at the NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists Conference in Georgia. They spoke on stage and they said, wait a minute, we're not there. We can't do that. I thought we agreed on July 15th at that meeting that we would come together and do this. And now you're acting like we are. So then they came back now, Nolan's family attorney, saying, okay, any day this week, we need 24 hours notice and we'll make it happen. They're not hiding the phone. They just don't trust for the DA to have the phone alone without an independent investigation into the phone, someone who's not biased.
Dave Mack, Crime Stories investigative reporter. The family is afraid. Many people have seen injustice in other cases that have nothing to do with them. And I believe they fear evidence will be destroyed or mishandled, and it can never be recaptured. It's very possible it could never be recaptured. I mean, You and I and Joe Scott, you did an incredible recreation in the Ellen Greenberg case, remember? Ellen Greenberg stabbed, I think, 20 plus times, including the back of the head, the back of the neck, the back, actually severing the dura of her spinal cord. And the ruling was suicide. Okay, this is what I'm leading up to. So,
Yes, ma'am.
all of the evidence was not documented at the scene. The police this is in Philly, told the apartment manager, sure, clean it up. As a matter of fact, here's a professional cleaner. Call them. They had it professionally cleaned. Bye-bye, evidence. Gone. Gone. Not only that, the apartment manager took a video of the inside of Ellen's apartment to show basically, look, this is how it was before, this is how it is after. We want to prove we didn't take anything. We didn't steal anything. Everything is accounted for. And that's SOP, Standard Operating Procedure. So when they didn't process the crime scene, they went, oh, thank goodness, at least we have the video. They handed the video over to Philly PD, and they lost it.
Yeah.
Just let that
There's one more thing. There's one more thing that kind of ties back to. There's one more thing that kind of ties back to Nolan's case here as well, and the fact that with Ellen, I don't know if you recall this, the computer made it out of there as well. Do you recall that? And that was never examined, right? And so that's, again, we're left wanting, Nancy,
Ellen's
relative to all of the data.
With all of the info leading up to the time of her murder, ruled suicide, taken off the scene. Now, I'm not claiming that the people that took it, they were family members of the fiance. For all I know, they took it because they didn't want anybody to steal it. And nothing nefarious happened. But the problem is, you lock down a family. Look what's happened to Nancy Guthrie. A pizza delivery guy came and walked right over the blood evidence to deliver a pizza. Same thing here, Dave Mack. I get why the Nolan Wills family is fearful.
Oh, Nancy, this investigation, I'm putting air quotes in that because if you remember, early on, it was a drowning, and no investigation had even been done. You realize he was missing. It wasn't like it was hours and they went back and he was missing for almost 2 days. And the family early on was not getting information that they felt like they should. All they're saying is, we want to be assured of the chain of custody, how the extraction on this phone is going to be
I hit that like button and sub button and you to the channel for me, gang.
to the extracted data.
We had 97 likes. I get to 100.
Preservation of the evidence, and then when is this phone going to be returned to us? This is the last thing they have done. And those things that I just mentioned, those were the items discussed on July 15th. And there was no follow-up after that until August 12th, when the DA's office, tells the family, well, you got 48 hours to turn the phone over, and they were out of town. So, there's a lot going on with the most important part of the evidence.
There was no way by the time they find out about the letter that they could comply with the 48-hour requirement. Hi, guys. Nancy Grace here. Please,
Let's go to my boy.
You may never have heard of.
Let's go to my boy right quick.
We
Let's go to him right quick, man. Let's go to him right quick. That nigga there, man. He be on a whole nother level than y'all think. Yeah, he be on a whole nother level for y'all, man. For real. Let's go to my boy right quick. I'm gonna let him snap real quick. Because y'all be having him effed up. Y'all be having my boy effed up, man. For real, for real. I'm just gonna be honest. Y'all have him effed up, man. Let's go to this right here. Let's go do it, huh?
been over a month since Nolan has died. Why are they still making excuses of why they haven't given the phone over? They're getting ready to present their case to the grand jury, but they don't have a phone.
It's about the evidence, nothing else. And this family has always said from day one, even when I called Reverend Allen, we talked to him, they have been consistent. We want to know what happened to our child. Everything else is just, it's just clickbait and everything. It's about what happened to our child. Black press, NABJ, we need now more than ever to keep everybody focused.
I want to tell you guys about Synergy. If you're looking for an energy drink that's clean, 75 milligrams of caffeine, nootropics that help you
That's
with
enough, fam.
focus.
That's enough.
Money back guarantee. You take the product that don't work for you, we'll get your money back.
Al Sharpton and Ben Crump hosted a presser with Nolan Wells' family. They have announced that they would like the FBI to get involved in the case.
Those in truth and accountability in the Nolan Wells case have every right to continue asking questions and demanding answers, because we are America and we have a right to the First Amendment. That includes Black people.
I appreciate that gift, Truth.
I want to keep an open mind. I know there have been several attacks on us just for asking questions, and it's okay. When you think about Mississippi, they attacked all my heroes. The governor's predecessors, they attacked, Ida B. Wells, Medgar Evers, my personal hero, Thurgood Marshall, Dr. Martin Luther King, for saying that we're going to stand up for Black life and Black humanity and the right to Black people to have the Constitution applied to them as American citizens. So I'm unapologetic in my defense of Black life, Black liberty, and Black humanity. God has a calling on all our lives. And when you figure out what that calling is, you don't second guess it. You say, God, I know why I put on this earth, to be there to stand up for our people in times when they have nobody else to stand up for them. And so whether it's Mississippi or anywhere,
Smash that like and sub button if you're new to the channel, guys. Let's turn this bit up.
They discriminate against Black people in the South. He said, I guess my definition of the South would be anything beneath the Canadian border. Because last time I checked, they discriminate against Black people all across America. And so what we're saying is we are open-minded. We want to trust them, but we can't be naive. We have to verify everything, as Attorney Hurt said. Whatever conclusions you come to, we want the methodology. Whatever investigation you're doing, we want to know that it's the same investigation that you would do with your child. Not treat Nolan any differently. That's what we're trying to do. That's all we're asking.
Officer Tatum, do you have any thoughts about that? And keep in mind, this presser comes after we have just found out that Nolan's phone has not been given to authorities, just so you're aware. I'm sure you are, but just so the audience is aware of the timeline.
Yeah, it sounds like a script that I would read as to what I'm doing. Like, to be quite honest, outside of the woke Black stuff, but trying to get to the bottom of what happened to Nolan is something that I've done, and I haven't picked a side. I'm just picking a side of facts. When I'm given information that Warren, Jax, Morgan, and none of these guys, they weren't there when Nolan passed away, meaning that either if somebody killed him or he drowned, they weren't there.
Right.
What am I supposed to do with the facts? And then I see this is what tripped me out. When I first got there, I don't know none of these people. Mm-hmm. And they said, well, I don't know why Miss Christine Wells is saying that she don't know none of us.
I appreciate that gold coin.
Ashley Cole, Warren's stepmother, who's a judge, said, me and Christine went to school together. She got pictures of her all in the yearbook together. Mm-hmm. Like, and it's so that, and then I'm like, okay, did they call? Did they try to help Nolan? Like, what? Warren shows me a phone call where he called Nolan's mother first. Mm-hmm. He showed me 2 phone calls. He called, she hung up on him because she was asleep. He called her again. She talked to him for I don't know how many minutes, and then he called the Coast Guard. Like, they're showing me efforts that they've made. Ashley Cole and a couple other parents reached
appreciate
out
that
to
gift,
Christine and said,
Babyface.
"Hey, we would like to talk." And these are parents of some of the boys that have been accused. You would think that if you want to know what happened to your son, you want to talk to the people who last seen him.
Right.
People that have been in arguments that went viral. It's like, well, why wouldn't you just ask the kid, Tristan? Why don't you sit down and talk to him so you're not putting out information that somehow Nolan was potentially in a fight, and that never happened? They told me that when they talked to Miss Christine on the phone the first time, that they told her they had Nolan's phone and keys.
Wow.
Well, why would they say they had to use Life 360 to find the phone and keys when she had already been in contact with Warren? Those things is what, beyond just the interview, that frustrated me. And you don't hear the family or Benjamin Crump clarifying any of these things. And then, to your point, the more recent development has been that they haven't given the phone over to law enforcement to do an extraction to determine if someone tampered with evidence. It has been over a month since Nolan has died. Why are they still making excuses of why they haven't given the phone over? They're getting ready to present their case to the grand jury, but they don't have a phone. So if there was anything illegal that happened in the phone, they don't have that to present to the grand jury.
Right.
Which is insane to me.
I agree. So why do you think they haven't turned over the phone? What's your theory?
I think from the very beginning, and I don't know if it was the family or just Benjamin Crump, they had to force a narrative so that they can raise as much money and they can begin to posture up to do a civil lawsuit because they know that these boys potentially have money and they're going to sue them. They don't care about justice. They've not been pursuing justice. That's why they don't want to get a phone over, because it's not about justice. It's about the perception of impropriety. So what they do is they come out initially and go, things were deleted on the phone. Well, either you know that for a fact, don't know that. That's why you need investigators to extract the phone. So it appears that if they're even entertaining investigators extracting the phone outside of their own investigation, they must need them to do something they cannot do. So to me, because you don't see posts on social is not a reason to say you believe things are deleted and put it out there to the public. And you're saying that they were the last ones home. So 2 and 2 is 4. If things have been deleted from the phone, these people are the last people with the phone. They deleted stuff out of the phone, which is a crime.
Right.
And if you're gonna do those things, you know, you got to back it up with evidence. I'm hearing through the grapevine that they're not cooperating whatsoever with the prosecution. Well, not the prosecution, but with the DA. They're not really communicating with them. They're not doing any of the things that they're asking them for, which is evidence to charge people if they had done something to Nolan Wells. And the lies and the deception and the half truths that have been put out. And then this is what people don't understand, and I don't know how they missed it. The reason that the boys have attorneys, and I went back out to interview the attorney, is because they're potentially going to get sued. Christine Wells opened up an estate in Nolan's name, which is a preparation for lawsuit. And then they sent a letter to Christine, not Christine, but to Ashley Cole and a few other parents, I believe, and I saw the letter that they sent to Christine, not Christine, but Nolan, not Nolan, I'm not getting the names mixed up, to Ashley Cole, who's the judge, Warren's stepmother. I saw the letter that was sent to her, and it was like, you must preserve phone records, text messages, ponchos, boating equipment. They had a whole list of things they need to preserve in preparation to be sued.
Right. Right. Which I know.
We don't even know what has happened. Why are you prepping to sue somebody?
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, as far as Nolan Wells' phone, I was looking back at another interview that you did with Stephen A. Smith, and you mentioned the fact that Nolan Wells, I guess, parents' friend went over to one of the guys' house to retrieve the phone.
His mother didn't come get the phone. Another parent of a black kid who was out there with Nolan came to get her son's phone and Nolan's phone. So why didn't Al Sharpton or any of them Ask these boys what happened, have them show evidence, and then present it to the public.
From my understanding, you said in that interview that they didn't just go to retrieve Nolan's phone, they went to retrieve the other young man's phone as well. Is that correct?
Yep, Javon.
So
it was Javon's mom and Javon. They both went to the house to get Javon's phone and Nolan's phone at the same time. Christine didn't even go to the house. It wasn't, and I'm not saying that she had to or not. It just didn't seem like at first this was such a big deal. And why don't they say that Javon's phone was on the boat too?
quickly, are y'all liking this interview? Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe button. Let's get back into it. The reason why I bring that up is because from my understanding, Javon is mixed. He's another black young man. So why was that not included in the initial report to the public? Ben Crump is making it seem as though this is about, Nolan being the only black kid and he was with 3 other white young men, which we know that there's more to that story. But I'm sure that the family and Ben Crump knew all along that when the friends went over to retrieve that phone, that it wasn't just Nolan's phone they were retrieving. They were retrieving another black person's phone. Why was that not mentioned?
Right, exactly. They go, well, why did they have his phone? Well, why did they have Javon's phone? Why did they have his phone too? Why was there 3 other people's phone on the boat that was left? They could have called them and talked to them, and they could have given them an explanation. They would have said, Miss Christine, there was multiple people who left their phone on our boat. Here is, had to leave early. Here is what I saw. And she can juxtapose that to other evidence that she's found, and they can come out with a determination to tell the public because they want the public to actually find out or help find out what happened to Nolan. When you are making accusations that you know are not true, when you are insinuating that people have deleted things from the phone, and you have every reason to believe is not true, like my whole question, did he have a password on the phone?
Right. Yeah.
Well, if he did, then we have to assume that the boys knew his password. But why wouldn't they articulate that they broke into his phone and deleted things?
Exactly. And I totally.
I wonder now. The one thing that I wonder is that has the family even got into the phone? Because think about this for a minute. If Nolan had a password on the phone, which the boys claim we don't even know his password, we couldn't even get his phone if we wanted to. So if he had a password on his phone, and what if his mother didn't know his password? My mama don't know my password.
Right.
I mean, because she's not in my phone all the time. And what if they insinuated these things because they didn't see him post on Snapchat from other people's Snapchats? And they said, oh, we're assuming or saying things have been deleted, and they haven't even looked through the phone. And I think that could be why they don't want to give it over to investigators, because the investigators are going to say, well, we had to break through the phone because we didn't have the passcode. And mom didn't give us the passcode. Nobody knew the passcode, so we had to breach the phone without a passcode. And then there was nothing there. And that'll be a devastating blow to the family, in my opinion. I hope that that's not true. But with what else has been going on, I question it.